be really funny if that was in.
There we go.
Real.
I hit the button.
Oh.
I have no intention of starting immediately, but I did hit the button.
What, you didn't want to hear me yelling about Wizard 101?
See, no, I wanted to hear it. I just also wish I had recorded it, including other hit classics like Staldar's a McCarthyist, and my amazing made-up Vietnam War D&D game conversion document.
How many pages is it?
Well, it's 4 volumes. It converts the entire system, including classes, races, monsters, subclasses, skills, equipment, gold, and
I want to play a tank.
You can do that. You can do that.
I want to be a tank. A real ass.
That's correct.
Like, huge metal tank.
It's the Sherman MK1, but we just call it Dahlia.
It's got like a like sexy nun painted on the side of it, and that's your cleric multi-class.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's so good.
That's what they'll be saying when they see this tank rolling forward.
It's like airplanes. It's like the fighter jets that have the guys that paint their shit on it. I don't know what that's called, but
I know what you're talking about.
Not the Blue Angels. That's just a group.
No. It's like fighter pilots back in World War II. And
yeah.
Like, painted shit on their jets.
It was very cool. Everyone's here, right? Thorn, I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, I got my initiative in the chat.
Also, to join the Roll20, you had a 4, right?
A 4 total, yes.
Yeah. All right. Yep, I got it in.
Initiative is +0. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we rolled garbage on initiative.
A 19.
A 19? Oh my god.
Well,
Stalder, you and I are shit. What the
we
fuck
fucked
are we
up real
doing?
bad. I'm about to get my entire ass just handed to me.
Hey,
Sure.
Cheeps.
Yeah?
What did you get?
I got a 20.
Okay, we're
fucking shit bird.
You dumb stinky bird.
Hey, don't make fun of my brain size. I don't get control.
It's not my fault.
Oh god, I'm actually kind of shaking.
Me too, friend.
I'm nervous. Yeah.
I'm actually shaking.
This could go real bad.
All right.
We could all just die.
Yeah.
That's
a possibility.
I'm not gonna say that's not on the table.
I was gonna say I kind of expected at this point.
The
revivify. I can use it once.
Sorry, you go ahead, Cole.
No, I was just about to say the fun part is all of your emotional arcs have already resolved, so I don't even have to feel bad about killing you anymore.
Oh my god.
That's not true.
How that works.
And I just remember nervously laughing and then just like wanting to cry on the train home.
Oh.
But Cheeps, remember that you still get a +1 D4 to any ability check.
Yeah.
And you're +2 AC only when you're close to your Sashi, I think.
Within
I think
30 feet?
Yeah, you're way
out of
range.
I mean, I'm close to your Sashi.
That don't matter.
Not you. Not to you. It doesn't matter to you right
You're
now.
not married to your Sashi.
Not yet.
Would you like to be?
Oh, God,
Okay,
no.
alright.
Ew,
That's
Would you like to be?
Potential stepdad. Ew, no.
Stepdad!
Are you okay, Hannah?
You just killed Hannah. You just killed them.
There's something about calling your Sashi a stepdad. Just. Alright, I need to.
My sister just got home. She's gonna yell for me, so I'm gonna mute myself for a hot sec.
Okay.
All right.
Just so you know, I rolled on the table. Not rolled on the table? What the fuck? I did the 5d10 plus 10 roll, and I got 46 for HP as a tiger, since I can't turn into a werewolf.
Oh, right, yes. That is the thing that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I think you can track temporary hit points in Roll20. I think.
I'll just keep track of them because
That seems reasonable.
yeah.
It's probably just
I don't.
You
I
could
don't wanna do that.
I could make you a secondary health bar if you wanted.
Nah, I'll just keep track of it. I'll open up a text document and I'll just write it down.
Coolio.
Fucking paper in front of me.
I have a calculator up on my desktop that has like a history bar.
Oh,
Keeps
that's
track
even
of,
better.
like, yeah. So it
I'm
has
just gonna do
all
that.
the history of like all my recent stuff that I've had to calculate. So
No, that's smart though, because I've done that before and I just didn't think about it. So I'll just type in 46 and just wait.
yep,
Just
exactly.
leave it up.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Because I'm shit at any kind of keeping track of numbers, math, etc.
I've DM'd too much to have that be an excuse.
What?
I have DM'd groups too much to have an excuse to be like, oh, I can't keep track of shit. Like, I will on most of the time I run shit. I like throwing a lot of numbers at people at my players. So I'll have like 10-ish at least, like different hit points to keep track of at the same time.
It's gonna be a great session. Everyone's cutting out for me.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, mine's pretty awful. My internet at my house is just garbage, so
I'm gonna
we shall see how
I'm
this
gonna
goes.
talk to my roommates real quick, see if people are using like really heavy duty applications that are fucking with it.
All right.
'Cause we also have an extra person in our house right now that might help with it.
Everyone's
so
playing
I will be right
Fortnite.
back. I think Liam is playing Apex, so I'm gonna go yell at his ass and turn it off.
Okay.
Get off the internet! I'm playing D&D.
Honestly.
Poor Liam.
Get off the internet! I have to use the phone.
I remember those days. God
I
damn.
do too. I remember making sure that neither of my grandparents needed to make any phone calls, so I could go onto CartoonNetwork.com and play all of their cool Flash games.
That is so cute.
They had really good ones too. You know who else had really good Flash games? Cereal company websites. And
Kellogg's freaking website.
to
is
this
so
day,
freaking good.
I don't know why. But they had just really good in online games.
Kellogg's was fucking killing it. Their shit was bomb.
I was just on
Nice.
Newgrounds all the time.
See, I was on Newgrounds a little. I was a lot more on Stick Page, which was
Okay,
the
I did Stick Page a lot, too.
Stickman-based Flash thing, both animation and games, but mostly animation, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't on Newgrounds very much. Addicting Games, I was on that a lot.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
same.
yeah.
Mini Clip.
I was on like all of them, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you had to have a few in your back pocket, depending on whether your school blocked some of them or not.
True.
That's the goddamn truth. Yep.
Because if
had cool math games.
yes, cool math games, and they had just legitimately very good games on there too.
Yeah.
I really liked the number cannon one where you had to subtract. You press the number keys to fire a number out, and it would subtract that amount from these larger numbers falling down onto the screen, and you had to subtract it by an exact amount. And if you didn't, it would fill up the screen, and if it hit the top of the screen, you died. And it taught prime factorization, which was very good.
That's very interesting. I like that. Gamify learning, everybody on YouTube.
Also, just like Math Blasters.
Oh my god, Math Blasters, Jesus.
My grandparents had it, but I didn't. So I ended up. I don't know how to get it back. Yay!
Welcome back.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's just it's completely eating itself.
Oh. Can you hear us okay?
Here and there, I'm gonna try and close some background apps just in case.
Okay. Because we can hear you fine. At least I can.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a problem. It's just why doesn't it even there it is. Close Twitch. I don't need Twitch up. But yeah, Liam's not on anything, and he's like, yeah, no, it's just shit today. So it might actually just be the internet here.
That's
Yeah, the
surprised
internet at my
mine's
house sucks ass. And
I don't
that just
think-
doesn't matter.
Riley is using much, but
All right.
doubtful. So
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. So if I sound kind of weird in the recording or just like in general to you guys, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try to avoid being like the type out thing that I have done in the past.
If you do, you can do it on the Roll20 because then it'll show up on the recording too.
Show up? Okay, good to know. I'll do it there then.
Yeah. And then we might also just see it sooner because, well, you won't be clicking back and forth.
Hello.
So I'll just toss it in. I don't know what it looks like on the thing, but at least it'll be there.
I think you can actually like post as your character too. Is the thing?
I do that. Yeah.
I will do that.
How do you do that?
So you say as.
As button.
Oh my god, it just changed.
And then it
icons.
For example.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So good.
Wait, why are there mini Amities?
I love this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, good to know. Good to know. I'll probably just stay as Dahlia. It just makes things easy.
What?
all right. It's
It's all completely canon, by the way. All of this is canon.
I hate this.
You're welcome.
Presenting this stuff.
I can do some nonsense because as the owner of the game. Scene setting. So last time, as is the situation thus far. So you're all standing here on the top of the top of a tower at the height of the citadel, looking out over the rest of the city beyond these giant stone pillars holding up the rest of the tower. And Pagliacci, the entertainer, as you have known him in the past, has just transformed into a demon roughly... How tall is tall? I'm going to say 15 feet. 15 feet tall? That seems accurate. Holding in one hand a giant lion tamer's circus whip that's been wreathed in glowing embers and flame. And in the other hand a long sword that crackles with electric energy as he swings it through the air. His features have been utterly transformed out of the previously roughly elven shape from before, though the pallor of his skin still seems to show some of the clownish makeup he bore in his elvish form. He laughs in a booming, deep voice as he looks down out at all of you. And yet there is just a hint of trepidation in his eyes as he looks down at the chess piece you've placed in the center of the near the center of the room, to which he's been tethered by this intangible blue energy. And that is where we start with Cheeps. You are the quickest to move after his transformation.
All right.
With
So
Norgal on
First
deck.
of all, gonna use my bonus action, and Japes just mutters these terrible, terrible words under his breath that seem incomprehensible for the most part. And I'm using Curse of the Hexblade, meaning I'll do some extra damage whenever I hit with an attack. Alright.
Awesome.
And second of all,
Is that specifically targeted on
Pagliacci.
Yes. Boop. Cool.
And second of all, I am firing the crossbow that I have loaded with the arrow of slaying.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a 13 plus 8, so 21.
All right. That'll hit. So you fire. Everyone watches as this black stone-hewn arrow fires out from Cheaps's grasp on the crossbow and makes a straight line toward the demonic form in front of you until it plants itself firmly in the demon's chest. And he almost laughs it off for a second, and then there's this surge of blue energy outward that he kind of howls at and looks down in surprise as the arrow shatters in his chest. I'm going to need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man.
Come on.
Dude. That is...
Does this get sneak attacked because the 5 feet?
It should. Well, it should.
He's not really a flankable creature. I mean...
Gotcha.
So, I think, Staldar, if you want, if you could make an argument for how you are distracting Pagliacci from this. If you would like to provide Cheaps with the advantage of flanking.
I was grappling it before, but then I think I did kind of narrate, like, stepping back and giving him some space. I don't think I can really necessarily justify it. I also just took a massive hit, so... I don't think I can find a good reason why I would be particularly distracting in this moment, other than I'm just near.
If I may, I don't think I
He's
necessarily
not big.
need advantage to get sneak attack. I just need to have somebody within 5 feet, but if I defer to you, Cole.
I mean, sure, you can get sneak attack damage off. Why not?
Alrighty. So it hits?
Yes, you hit, and he made the save on the con save. So you will be dealing half of 60-10 piercing.
Alright, so here's the normal damage from the crossbow. Here is the sneak attack damage. Here is the arrow of slaying damage. And that is halved. So
Alright.
that's going to be a
Holy Moses.
3, so...
What
Gonna
type
go
of damage is sneak attack damage?
Whatever I'm using, so piercing.
Okay.
So it's
That
gonna be
will be
for
magical.
a total of 60 points of damage.
Alright. Yeah, no, he like howls in surprise as you get this pretty devastating blow on him, and you just see this like kind of scorch mark, lightly smoking blue in the center of his chest as he looks to you with like some just deep anger.
Jeeps immediately loses confidence and just kind of gulps.
All right, Norgal, it's your turn.
Alrighty. So I just saw Baldar take a shit ton of damage, correct?
Yes.
About how much damage did he take? Just
That was the whip, so like
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, some
Okay.
is residual.
5d6.
Yeah, some is residual from the golem thing earlier, and some is from this guy. And it was a lot.
Okay, well
was a good
then
jump.
I will.
It was like
Seeing that
20
you're
something.
literally right next to him, I'll cast Should I do? Yeah, we'll do a level 3 healing word on Staldar. So that's going to be Where's the? Oh, I guess it's in here, isn't it? The advanced dice roller.
Are you all right?
Gain
You all right, Amity?
15.
What?
Are you okay?
Oh shit! I wasn't muted.
Well, yeah, Seldar regains 15 points of health,
Oh,
and
bless.
then
And?
I'd like to cast or give him Bardic Inspiration as well.
Aw,
Nice.
So
yay.
of a D10 as well.
Is there a good way for me to
You can either
mark
use it
that?
to attack.
Yeah, you can just put a little token on you.
I would appreciate it.
I mean, you should also be able to do that.
Okay,
If you click on your own token and you hit the little button. But I put one on you.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't use the same color as the Hexblade curse.
He's cursed. Here, I'll take that off. There we go. Cool. Now, and that, what is that again? That's
It's 1d10 you can use to land an attack or to do extra damage.
Got it. Thank you.
All right.
You may want to, if you remember that you guys have movement, so don't
Oh yeah,
just.
well, I'm kind of in a nice spot, but I'm going to move 5 feet this way.
All right.
So y'all aren't quite in the crossfire.
So
I'm about to have my day.
the Puppet Master looks down at its nearest foe, and just goes, "This is such an annoyance. Way much more of an annoyance than I would have thought for today." And he raises a leg and just like tries to kick you in the chest, Staldar, with just this massive foot. Yeah, that'll hit.
Sure.
And I'll need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. That will be. Jeez. Ugh. Fuck me. That was really bad. That was a. Well, okay, hold on. Let's see. 12. It's not great, but.
Cool. So that'll be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And you fail the save. So he just catches you square in the chest and pushes you, knocks you 15 feet back.
Okay. So that was.
15.
How much damage was that again?
18 bludgeoning damage.
18 bludgeoning damage.
And then he kind of stands up a little bit straighter and unfurls the wings on his back, and has his eyes set on the little whelp that stung him in the chest. And flies this way. And then in the air, swings his whip downward to catch you, Cheeps.
Oh, fuck.
Make sure you
Very
cover the
action.
roll first.
Yep. Give me a sec. I'm going to find some way to note that he's flying. There we go. It's small, but it works. The roll to just the roll, or do you get the bonus too?
Just the roll.
Okay.
Oh, the bonus with the bonus.
All right, so that's a 29 to hit.
I am going to use my second of my final luck points to impose disadvantage.
Are you imposing disadvantage, or are you making him reroll?
I'm making a reroll.
Okay.
And choose. I can essentially choose.
Cool. Do you want a 29 or a 33?
I knew it was going to be in the 30s.
Yeah, why do I even bother? 29. It's
All right. So this scorching whip swings downward to catch you around the middle. And while I'm rolling damage, I'd like you to make a strength saving throw.
the D4.
Oh, no, that's not what I want.
That is going to be a. Let me see. Oof. That's going to be a flat 18. An 18.
Flat 18, okay. Alright, so that is 23 points of damage altogether. That would be 6 fire and 17 slashing. And since you failed the throw, he hoists you up into the air with the whip.
Oh, fuck.
And pulls you up. Let's see, how high is he flying? Oh, the whip has a reach of 30 feet, so 25 feet.
What?
And I'm going to need you to make a dex save, falling back down onto the ground.
Natural 20.
All right.
Hey, my boy.
Yeah. So this whip wraps around your waist, and you get pulled up into the air, and hang there for just a second as he stares down at you, and then you plummet back down, but manage to get your footing before you manage to tuck into a proper landing position before you actually hit the ground. Oh, you've got uncanny dodge, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't take any damage.
Oh, okay, awesome.
From the falling. That's how I'm gonna roll this. And he just kind of looks down as you stumble back to your feet on the ground, and he's just like, working with the Raven Queen is such a mistake. At least I have the decency to try to kill you instead of enslaving you.
I mean, hey, she's nice to me.
And Amity, it's your turn.
You said he's 25 feet in the air?
Correct. Well, he's 30 feet in the air. He pulled Cheap's 25 feet up the air, into the air.
Do I have a 30-foot vertical?
What's your strength score?
It's a 17.
I doubt it.
Even with some help from the wall next to
So a high jump, you leap up into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
6.
So that'd be
That's
6
pretty
feet.
good.
That's pretty good, but it's not 30.
I don't know if I can do anything then, as a tiger at least, unless I can cast spells while wild shaping. Which I
don't believe that's true, because I don't think you have access to your arcane focus while a beast.
Yeah, that was my thought also. I guess I'm just gonna move, and that'll be my turn.
You can hold actions.
No, because I need to reset myself so that I can get a good pounce.
Gotcha. Sounds
so you can
like
move
the
on,
plan.
and I'll just move myself.
All right. In that case, Staldar, you're up next.
Sweet. Seeing that, let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm going to use my movement to get between Cheeps and this thing. Then I'm going to activate Filkiati as a shield.
Okay.
Until your next attack turn, attack rolls against you have a disadvantage. And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I was thinking about holding an action, but I think that's it though, because
there is a defend action, I believe.
oh, I could defend. Is that a thing I can do? Action, defend.
It's a dodge, I think.
Right. It does effectively the same thing. If you're just looking for something to do that makes you less likely to get hit.
I think what I've just done is pretty much what I can do. Because otherwise, I think I just have reactions that I can do as my. Yeah, I don't think there's. I guess I could do that hold action to protect. Is that what it is, or
The
to
action
defend?
the action is in the combat. The default combat action is dodge, which would let you you focus entirely on avoiding attacks. So any attacks made on you have disadvantage, and you can make dex saving throws with advantage. Or you can hold an action to do something if for a certain stimulus. But you can also do nothing if you don't want to.
Yeah, I think this is fine. My goal right now is just to protect Jeeps because I saw that go down. So I'm holding my position with the shield up, basically.
Okay.
There you go.
Sure. Dahlia, that means it's your turn. With Cheeps on deck.
Alright.
This would explain certain actions.
I think I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and try something that might not work. I'm gonna go ahead and try a bestow curse.
Alright.
So I need it to make a wisdom save for me.
Alright.
I don't know how good they are at it, that's why I'm...
that is a 16?
Oh, I just saved. Alright. Okay, so it just saved, so that's, unfortunately pretty much all I can do at this turn. I am going to move, though.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you have any bonus action?
I don't know if I do.
I think you have some spells, but since you've already cast a non-cantrip spell, then...
Wait. I actually... That's a touch spell, so I fucked up.
Oh, yes it is.
So, yeet that out of the way. Can I try something else?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go ahead and hit it instead. Because that's what I do best. I'm gonna go ahead and try a second level guiding bolt on it.
Awesome. Go
I
for
have
it.
to roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a +7 hits. Ooh, okay, so that will be a 24 to hit? No, 23.
23 to hit. That will hit.
Okay.
Oh, before we complete a full round, where does your Sashi fit into the initiative?
That's a good question. Right after Dahlia.
Okay. He's not a smart boy. He's trying his best.
Yurasashi saw him transform and was like,
Spooky.
I had to try really hard not to poop myself, so give me a second.
I'm gonna roll in d20
Poor
just because I don't have enough dice. So it's 5d6.
All right.
So that's going to be 18 radiant damage. And
All
the
right.
next attack has advantage against him.
Awesome. Yeah, you deal full damage. He looks annoyed by this. It stings. He says as much. Ow, that stings.
I stick my tongue out at him, and that ends my turn.
Yes, the classic comedic move. All right, yeah, then it's Yorosashi's turn. So
As a clown, he should appreciate the classics.
this is true. Yosashi is
She gets a
going
single
to go ahead and move. Back a bit. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And is going to pull out his crossbow and take a shot at the big flying mass of flesh. And first attack misses. Second attack also misses. He just glance off of his wing. The wind being battered around by his wings ends up knocking the bolts aside before they can strike true.
No.
All right. Then it is Cheeps' turn.
Alrighty then. Cheeps is going to cast using a bonus action.
All right.
So that for one thing, Pagliacci now has disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
All right.
Alright. And then gonna...
Ooh, nice.
What does that look like?
What does that look like? Alright. Cheeps, again, mutters out some sort of, I'm gonna guess, sort of infernal words in infernal. And while it doesn't appear as though anything has gone wrong with Pagliacci, I'm guessing he just feels a sort of dread in a sort of fashion, perhaps. Like, you know that sort of sick feeling you just get it sometimes? Yeah. Okay, Amity, yes, that's also a good idea. There are a bunch of ravens that just come out of nowhere and flock around Cheeps as he casts a spell.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I would say not so much dreadful as much as distracting, in that his attention is being split among these trivial and annoying beings. But yeah.
All right. And then he's going to take his crossbow and make another attack. And with guiding, I already forget. Did guiding
You
bolt?
have advantage.
Awesome. That's going to be a 16.
That will not hit.
Dang.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Actually, no, that's right. Dang. In that case, Cheeps will use 30 his movement to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 behind this pillar.
All right. In that case, Norgal, you're up.
All right, great. He's 30 feet away like this, but he's also 30 feet up in the air.
Right.
So it's like...
So 30 squared
like
plus 30 squared, and then you take the square root of that.
No, this isn't your Vietnamese.
No.
Yikes! This isn't your Vietnam War document, Cole. You can't do this to us.
No, it's just the Pythagorean theorem, my friend.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's roughly 42 feet away.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast a level 2 Dissonant Whispers on this boy.
All
It
right.
has a range of 60 feet.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so
Cool.
that's going to be... He's going to need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
And he has disadvantage.
And the spell save DC is 17.
Yeah, he's going to fail that with a 12.
Okay, great. And then he's going to take... It's at a level 2, so that's... 6 plus 5. Perfect. He's going to take 15 psychic damage.
All right.
So
Yeah.
basically what happened was Norgal is like continuously like playing a beat kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to like purposely like hit an offbeat note basically to
yeah, I love that.
basically distract him.
Like everyone was grooving, and then you hit the one beat, and it was so off that it dealt psychic damage. No, it's very good. It hits like a wave when you strike it, expanding outward from your drums until it hits him, and he just like winces and twists his head to the side as it resonates inside of his skull.
Awesome. And then I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Hamidi
All right.
as well for my bonus action.
You are inspired.
Well, thank you.
Yep. You have a D10 you can use to land an attack or to do extra damage.
All right. With that,
Shit.
I think the resonating in his skull puts him off enough that he comes down to land for a second, stomping down just next to Staldar. And kind of while he's still shaking his head to the side, he sweeps the longsword towards you. And he's going to...
Towards who? Me?
Yes, you.
Okay.
28. That will do...
But that also imposes. I have my shield out.
Yes.
So
Disadvantage.
imposes disadvantage.
And 18.
It's still.
Yep.
Or that'll just hit because I'm
That'll
still
just
within
hit.
range of. Your slashy. So.
Yep.
Why is my sister messaging?
Yeah. So that will deal.
Leave me alone. I can't listen. I'm busy.
The sword catches you in the chest and slashes at the armor there for 23 points of damage, and then you feel this shock course through you as the electricity arcs from the metal of the sword into the armor that you wear, dealing an additional 11 points of lightning damage.
You doing all right there, bud?
Staldar
It's okay,
is
I got you.
swaying in place.
And then
And then.
the
Sorry, and then.
the puppet master turns to the thorn in his side, so to speak, via scorching, and he turns over towards Dahlia and just goes, "The priestess of a weak and forgotten god," and swings his whip out at you for 16. That hit?
Misses.
That AC though.
Swings out and down to right beside you. All right. He looks annoyed, and then looks at the swaying, still crackling slightly from the electricity, Dragonborn at his feet. Amity, it's your turn with Staller on deck.
You just hear a roar as Amity moves and closes the distance in seconds.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm gonna roll to claw. Let me figure out where my shit is. I got a lot of shit open. All right. +5 to hit. Oh yeah, baby. Oh.
Okay. What'd you get?
Oh, I got a 15
You
plus
also
5,
get a
that's
D10
20.
if you want to.
I got a 20, so I'm hoping that hits.
It does.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay, so I'm gonna use that D10 on this motherfucking damage, because it doesn't really do a lot. Where's my D8? I don't know where my... Oh, there my D8s are. Okay, D8 plus D10. Oh, that's not bad. That's gonna be 14 damage.
All right. What kind of damage?
Slashing?
All right. He will take some of that.
He also gets knocked... Well, no, sorry.
You said 14?
14, yeah.
All right. So
14.
take 7.
He needs to make a strength save also.
All right.
It's probably pretty good at those.
16?
Probably.
16 enough to pass?
Yeah, that's gonna pass.
All right.
I tried to pounce everybody. I'm sorry.
Is that your turn?
It has to be, yeah.
All right. So after that, you have successfully distracted him from the Dragonborn at his feet, and he swivels to face you and does like he did to Staldar before and raises a leg to give you a kick outward.
All right.
And he super misses. unfortunately. So
I make a bite at his foot, which makes me think otherwise.
I think he like kicks outward near. Yeah, no, he kicks outward near your head. So your piece is like, I just got these done. Oh, all right. Well, and then Staldar, it is your turn.
Cool.
Attack.
Well, okay, so here's my question. I can't move away from him without incurring opportunity, right?
Sorry.
I can't move out of like his range without incurring a attack of opportunity.
Unless you take the disengage action.
Disengage action. I'm wondering what would be best here. Because I'm kind of playing with fire right now. I probably should just disengage for the time being. Yeah, so I will disengage, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go with this, because shoot.
Never mind.
Honey?
Don't worry about it.
Well, all right. I'm actually gonna go kind of, let's see. When can I have to select myself? One, two, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. 30. Am I out of it? Did you want to do something?
Yeah.
I can.
Remember, though, that I'm a large creature.
What does that mean?
That Dahlia can just run around.
No. I have
Right?
25 feet of movement. Even if I do that, like.
What are these dotted lines? Are those like?
Curtains, but they are hanging far above the ground.
Okay, but they're not like some kind of obstruction. They're not like.
No, they are not a visual or physical obstruction.
Okay, fine.
You might want to remember that Cheeps took the 3 potions we found.
I know. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep moving then. That was my just regular 30 feet. I can dash and get a little more.
You already disengaged.
You already used disengage, yeah.
Oh, that's what that. Okay.
A rogue.
So this is as far as I can get. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm gonna go ahead.
Do you have a potion on you?
I do have a potion.
Well, your full action was to use the disengage.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Can you potion as a bonus action?
DM is using a potion of bonus action.
I remember this sure is a question. Yes, maybe.
May I please take a sip?
I'm gonna say bonus action. Like, it is a full bonus action, but it is a bonus action.
Okay, I will.
Because you do have to like chug it down.
That's fine. I'm more than happy with that. I just need to be not on death's door.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully here.
Yeah.
So that's 2d4 plus 2 because it's just a regular healing potion. Okay, that's a 5, 6, 7. So I get 7 more hit points. Hooray!
Hooray!
I just realized I should probably be rolling publicly because that's more fun.
And my AC is back down to 16 again.
All right, you are a bit. Your Sashi's is down to 14.
Oh yeah. So I run back behind this pillar next to Jeeps, just kind of like throw my back up against the wall and just like pull the cork out with my teeth and just take a quick swig and just catch my breath. And I'm definitely still bleeding and hurt.
Cheeps holds out another one, says, do you need another one? I mean, I'll hand it over to you during my turn, but that's what happens in reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this the situation where Staldar throws it on the ground and yells another?
Not
Is that the end of your turn?
that is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Dahlia, you're up.
Yeah, I was just trying to research something because I have a lot of features and traits, and I'm trying to figure out what one would help best. Here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try something, and we're gonna figure it out from there because I'm expecting it to have a pretty high save for this. So we'll see. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try and get its attention by doing a shit ton of damage.
I like that plan.
A 4th level shatter
Okay.
directed on its, like, right there. Like, on its left wing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of its wings.
Gotcha.
I want to basically just immobilize one of its wings, if possible.
Right.
I need to make a con save.
Okay.
And it'll probably save.
I should have rolled that with the thing. That is con.
Yes.
So that is a 16.
Just made it. Oh my god. Okay, so it takes half damage, but even still, I'm going to use my my one ability. Which one is it? Channel Divinity Destructive Wrath. I will make it do max damage.
All right.
Instead. So.
This is thunder damage then?
Let me double check.
Because it's shatter, so I'm almost
I'm
certain.
pretty sure it's thunder damage.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. So it's going to do, instead of 40 thunder damage, it's going to be 20 thunder damage.
All right. You definitely get its attention, but not so much for messing with its wing. Mm-hmm. Although you do see at this anger, your vision of it starts to get a little hazy, and you can, Amity especially, you can feel this. There are now waves of heat rippling outward from its body.
In a painful manner?
Not yet.
Not to you immediately. Emphasis on the word immediately. All right, it's Sashi's turn.
Wait.
Oh, you got more stuff?
Could I possibly do Shield of Faith on Amity in the meantime?
Is it a cantrip?
It's not.
Then no.
Okay, that's fine then. Then that's my turn. I
All
can't
right.
do anything else.
Yeah, so Sashi is going to move closer to Staldar is what he's going to do. And instead of attacking, he's going to shout out to Amity. It's like, go for its leg! And you will be permitted to use your reaction to make another attack. And if you hit, you'll get an extra d8 to your damage. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35.
So Amity can make an attack right now with a reaction?
Correct.
Oh.
With immediacy.
Well, I'm hoping this hits. It's a 15.
15 will not hit.
You super cut out.
No.
Okay.
15 will not hit.
Alrighty.
No, I didn't cut out. Yeah, 15 will not hit. Yeah, that is Sashi's turn. And the heat intensifies to the point that it is starting to become painful. Cheeps, it's your turn.
Alright. So Cheeps will first hand a potion to Staldar.
Which is this one of the potions that you grabbed from the place? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is a standard potion of healing.
Sweet. I will put one of those in my inventory.
Then Cheeps is gonna move over here. 1, 2, 3, and make another crossbow attack.
All right.
Yes. That's going to be an 18.
That will not hit.
It will not hit.
Oh,
No.
wow.
You see it get incinerated in the heat around the demon. It gets very close, but it just doesn't quite make it. Just like puffs into flame and ash as it gets closer.
Holy shit.
Does the heat seem to be
Y'all need
just
to get away from that thing.
intensifying? Is it intensifying? Would you say?
It does seem to be. It seems at power at this point. It's really hard to look directly at it because the heat is warping the air around it, and like you would if you saw it off a grill in summer. Just this wavy haze all around it.
Cheeps will shout out, "Don't get closer!"
I'm in a sauna.
All right, is that your turn?
No, I'm going to use the rest of my movement and bonus action. Use a dash as a cunning action,
Cool.
and to take me
Dash from pillar to pillar.
far from out of hopefully the reach of a giant whip. Hopefully.
Leaving Staldar to die behind his own.
Hey, I shouted a warning.
All right. In that case, Norgal, it is your turn with Amity on deck after the Puppet Master.
Alrighty. I am gonna get real friendly with your Sashi.
Yeah.
Position myself right here. And I'm going to cast a level 4 healing word onto Staldar.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
bless.
Alright, let's get the
I'm sorry for making you use all your healing spells, but I'm also just gonna jump right the fuck back in there, so...
No, it's all good. I have plenty. I just need to see how many I need to roll.
Sunbeam his dick. Don't worry about me.
Oh, I rolled
Staldar is like, I want to
literally
die.
like the worst I could.
Oh, so I get an 11.
R.I.P. You will get 11 health back. That was really
That's
terrible
not nothing. That's not nothing. That puts me back at,
Yeah, but for a 4th level spell slot.
Yeah. Sorry, fam. Sometimes the dice be like that. But I'm doing better, so works.
Yeah, and that'll do it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm still far away, y'all. I'll get back into a better position once I'm.
So as the Puppet Master turns toward you, giving you his full attention, Amity, you feel the heat around him pulse outward, and it scorches your fur and skin, and eyes and face and teeth.
Jesus.
It's just really good all around.
It's pretty great.
Sounds like, yeah.
And you're going to take 8 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's much better than I was expecting.
And then...
Well, and
then...
It's fine. I'll be all right.
Swing downward with his long sword, crackling with energy. Crackle, crackle, crackle. That will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah.
So it slashes down against the fur of the rough hide of the tiger, right? Tiger.
Tiger.
El Tigre.
They're great. Wait, no, sorry.
34 points of damage.
You know what's really funny is I'm still a tiger. Not by
Praised her.
much. I'm about to become a sirloin. But
And then,
all right.
annoyed with his previous failure, he's going to lash out with the whip at Dahlia again. In an attempt to pull her closer. So... 31 to hit, which I believe will hit you.
Good lord.
So it wraps around your arm and pulls you forward
Sure.
25 feet, 5, 10, 15, right up against it as the whip slashes against your skin and then burns as it the embers surrounding it sear into your arm.
Okay.
Excuse me.
That'll be 21 points of damage.
Okay.
11 fire and 10 slashing.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. You need to make a strength saving throw. You don't just get pulled.
Yeah, that's okay.
Doop.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 18?
You do fail. So
Oh,
you're going to end up getting pulled
Jeez.
forward anyhow.
Yoink back. Like a yo-yo.
All right. Amity, you're up with Stalder on deck.
I'm gonna change my
Yep.
Cool.
HP on my thing.
I'm gonna move 10 feet.
All right. So as a reaction, he's going to take an attack of opportunity with his longsword.
That's fine.
Actually, I'm...
Hi, Tiger.
yeah, longsword.
Alright, I changed my HP.
That
I
way,
should've.
Dahlia, you can move if you need to.
Huh?
If you need to move, do so. I'm taking the attack of opportunity.
21?
Okay.
To hit?
Yes.
To hit? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that does it.
I need to just like copy my rolls.
A little
Be
nervous about this damage.
38 points of
Yeah.
damage.
Ooh.
So that's going to be 34 points of damage against Amity. He is not looking super great. I'll tell you that much.
Are you still a tiger?
Not anymore.
All right.
And that damage
That-
wraps out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I figured that's fine.
Sorry, I'm gonna make
So
sure this
now that
works.
I've gotten out of this, I'm no longer a tiger. I whip around and I cast Sunbeam.
All right.
Now,
Tell me what I
Sunbeam,
need to do.
You need to roll a Constitution saving throw. And Sunbeam is going to do a couple things, but we'll get to that.
Con save?
A Constitution saving throw, yes, sir.
This is a magical effect, correct?
Yeah, it's Sunbeam.
Okay, so that is 23.
Yeah, that saves. It's still gonna do half damage. This entire stretch is a Sunbeam. Sorry, this entire stretch is a Sunbeam.
Gotcha.
Big ol'
Laser.
And it will stay that way until my next turn.
Okay.
And at that point, I can recast Sunbeam because it's a concentration up for a minute. The
Okay.
other thing is 30 feet in either direction is now swallowed by brilliant sunlight.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
Now, if
Do you want an
Pagliacci-
aura?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
30 feet, you said?
30 feet. It's 30-foot radius. The other thing is, I don't think he's undead or an ooze, but if he is either,
neither of those are accurate.
all right. Okay. I thought I'd throw it out there.
He's a little slimy, but not actually an ooze. I'm assuming there is some damage involved.
There will be. Yeah, I gotta roll it here. Let me get my calculator back out. It's 68, so it's gonna be a bit.
It's math time, baby.
Plus, oh, thank fuck. So that's gonna be 30 damage, but it's gonna be half to 15 damage.
Chipping away.
Radiant damage?
Radiant damage, I believe. Let me double check.
I think Sunbeam and Moonbeam are both radiant.
Moonbeam.
Yeah, it's radiant.
I don't know where you're seeing that because I'm not seeing it, but yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 68 radiant damage. The other thing that I want to do
6d8 or 68.
6d8.
Oh, gotcha.
That'd be nice if it was a flat 68. That'd be great. The other thing I want to do, because I believe it is a bonus action. I just can't find it. Where are my totems? I haven't used them in so goddamn long. Oh, class feature. Here we go. Spirit totem. As a bonus action, I can magically summon spirit, blah, 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 60 feet, lasts for a minute, 30-foot radius around me, and can be moved as a bonus action. I forget what they do because it doesn't tell me. Oh, never mind, it does. Sorry. I'm not used to doing this. Temporary hit points.
I'll give you a nomad totem.
Sweet, thank you.
You should be able to control it. Dude, there you go.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to use it as...
Have you fully resolved Sunbeam yet?
Yeah, no, that's all done now.
Did you roll damage?
Yeah, he takes 15 damage.
Oh, 15. Gotcha.
Yep.
Radiant damage, yeah.
Yes, radiant damage.
Oh, did they save?
They did. Sorry, I haven't looked at these in forever. I think I'm gonna do a Hawk Spirit.
Cool. What does that do?
Hawk Spirit is when a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit's aura, you can use your reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, you and your allies have advantage on wisdom, perception checks while in the aura. I think it's just perception checks. I don't think it's actually just wisdom. It'd be nice if it was that, but you know.
All right. How big's the radius?
It's also 30 feet.
Goodness.
Boop. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a lot of colors on the field. I'm gonna make this a gay ass place. Sorry. I'm gonna put it right there.
Let's see if we make that a little lighter. There we go. That's better.
So, pastel.
I'll let you manage its effects.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I'll just let you know if somebody gets an advantage on an attack when that happens.
Sure. Is that your turn then?
That's my turn.
All right, Staldar, you're up with Dahlia on deck.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and take another potion, one that Chiefs just gave me. Yep. What I get? Cool. So I get back 9 points. Let me do math.
You can just hit +9 in the green circle and hit enter, and it'll do it for you.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
I still have to select all these. There we go. All right. Having done that, feeling a little more sprightly, I will come out from behind here. This will be 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to cast... Staldar does the spell for one. Staldar's going to cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level.
Cool.
And he's going to make it cold damage.
Cool.
So you see Staldar take out his diamond and he spins it in his hand. He says some words in Draconic. And let me... Instantaneous. 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature you can see within range. Definitely within range. Make a ranged spell attack. Okay. So I will roll. Oof, Jesus. Let's see.
What does Chromatic Orb do? Because I'm thinking about giving this to you.
It's just it's an attack. It's a spell attack.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
like
so
a
it's not
cold
anything
spell
super
attack.
special. All right,
I have to make a ranged attack. Oh, you know what I can do though? I can add my inspiration to this.
Inspiration?
Yep.
Yes,
Still land the attack, sure. It's a D10.
it's a D10. Okay. So
Roll what you want, and then if you don't think that it's gonna be enough, add it, and then
yes,
if you
I
do think
rolled
it's
and it was
gonna
pretty not great. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the D10. So that was, let me see, math. Let's do math. That was a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, and then I got 15, 16, 17. So that's an 18 range spell attack.
It will not hit.
Oh my gosh.
It flies forward, and the ball just kind of like bounces off of his thick hide.
Dollar says fuck. What else can I do? I think
You've got some more movement left.
do I just run back in? Stalder comes out. Stalder goes back in.
Do you have 2 attacks?
Not with like spells. I could. Can I?
Does it not count for spells?
You have battle magic, don't you?
Let me look at my features. Oh my god. I could do an action, or not an action surge. A second. No, yes, it would be an action surge to basically have another action.
You've had an extra attack since 5th level.
I was gonna say that's why I was confused.
I thought that was only when I did melee stuff.
Well, and you also have war action, which is when you can make a weapon attack. Well, that's only with cantrips.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Is you can make a weapon attack as a bonus action.
That's
only
definitely not a
bards
cantrip.
get it, so that you can use if you're at the College of War, you can do a mage attack and a battle magic. You can do a bard spell and a weapon attack on the same
You're right. I do
turn.
have war magic. I have extra attack when I take the attack action. But casting a spell isn't the attack action, is it?
It is with war magic, but only when but only if you use a cantrip.
Okay, see that's weird. So then I don't.
No.
So I can't do that.
Nope.
Then I had it right. I only get 2 attacks when I use Filkiati, basically.
Alright, that's my bad.
That's okay. No, that's about all I can do unless I want to use my action surge, which I don't think I want to yet.
Is that your turn then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done all I can. Yeah.
Dahlia, you're up with Cheeps after your Sashi.
Perfect.
Move away!
Alright.
Move away!
1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna get actually, wait, I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Death Ward on Amity.
Oh,
Nice. I have that as well, so we good.
So-
No one's dying today.
Yeah.
Please
I'm
don't.
gonna go ahead and cast Death Ward on Amity. And that's actually no, I'm not gonna use a potion just I think. Is it a free action to just toss Amity a potion, or would
Yes.
that be a
Yep.
bonus? Okay.
No, that's you can just do that.
3 potions of healing, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss him a potion of healing then.
he dropped it. God damn it.
I hand you
Dex to
another
catch.
one. I've got 3.
You have to make a Dex save DC 1 to catch the potion.
As long as you don't.
Bardic inspiration.
I rolled a 7.
All right, you're good.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You
and
fumble a little
take
bit.
Bardic.
You spill a
So
little
you now
bit.
have just a basic potion of healing.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
And what does Death Ward do? I'm not actually familiar.
Basically, if you were to go unconscious because of an attack, instead of hitting
Or
0
just go
hit points,
below 0 in general.
If you go below 0, you stay at 1.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
So so you do
So
not drop.
even
it.
if you were to take like, even if you were to take an egregious amount of damage that would insta kill you, it would still protects you from being insta killed.
Exactly.
Sweet. Thank you.
So you cannot die at least next round. You have 1 round at like safety. And this isn't a concentration. So you just have this for 8 hours.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I don't think it's gonna last 8 hours. Let's be honest.
Probably not. But you at least have it. But I just want to like, I'm definitely gonna stand like in between Pagliacci and Amity as just kind of like a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna take one step up because I still have 1 left. So I want there to be like a bit, even though yeah. I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to stand here. I want to stand here.
My little tank.
I'll stand here. I'm stand here.
My little lad.
Sunbeam leaves behind a thing, doesn't it?
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, it does.
So I should move.
No, I don't know if it'll affect you or not.
No, it's everybody.
Okay.
Okay, I move here.
Yeah, no, that I forgot to mention that. Like that spell is going until I make it stop.
Yeah, do you want to put like a
Yeah. No, I was about to get on
I'm
that.
sorry to make so many goddamn AoE effects, but 3 in 1 turn is a bit egregious. I apologize.
So am I safe
Sometimes
where
you
I
gotta.
am or no?
You should be fine.
Where you are currently?
Where you are is fine.
Okay. Fuck. I can't stand in front of you then.
That's fine. If he hits me once, I'll just be like, "Hey, your attacks don't hurt me, sorcerer," and then he'll kill me.
And then he'll kill you immediately after. So you'll get your funny one line in. All right. I'll
Great.
live with that. And that's
What a
my
deal.
turn.
All right.
Go sashimi.
Oh, no, that line isn't still there. You can just recast it each turn.
Oh.
Yeah, so a beam of brilliant light flashes out from your hand in 5 foot wide, 60 foot long line. Each creature in the line must make a con save. On a failed save, the creature takes 68 radiant damage and is blinded. On a success, it takes half and isn't blinded. Undead and oozes. And then you can create a new line of radiance as your action on any turn until the spell ends. So you can it's like Super Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
You get to do it again on each turn. And then the thing that's persistent is the light around you.
Right. My bad.
Yeah. It won't cost you an extra spell slot though. Or
Right.
An extra spell.
No.
As long as you maintain concentration.
Yeah.
So if you want to be there, Dahlia, you can be.
My bad. Dahlia has disappeared.
Cool. Then
Dahlia
we'll...
has muted
I'm
herself.
fine because if I go in that front line, unless were you gonna contain concentration on it? Or
Oh, I get it for a minute. Hell yeah.
He's gonna try.
I was gonna say I would not. It wouldn't benefit me in any way to be literally.
I mean, you could just get a different angle.
I was gonna move. Yeah.
Do whatever you
I mean,
want
that
to
kind of just defeats the purpose of me being in front of you.
Yeah, that's fine. Do whatever you.
So I'm just
Absolutely,
gonna
do
stay
whatever.
where I am. There's nothing.
All right.
Can't think of anything else that would really work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your Sashi is going to move up beside Staldar. What is your Sashi doing? Yeah, no, I think he's actually going to move past you, take partial cover behind the pillar, and take a couple crossbow shots at the
There you go.
Damon. Boop. Neither of them are going to hit.
No, my. My
Um,
archer.
but he is trying very hard.
Bless his heart.
Cheeps, you're up with Norval on deck.
All right.
If you move into my circle, I'm gonna give you the
Awesome.
bonus.
5, 10. Also, how high are these little? Is this little pole fence? Cool.
Uh,
They're curtains.
the little ones are curtains high above you.
Oh. All
And
right.
then
So
the
I can
others
just
are
move right
columns.
through them then.
Yes, you can just move through them.
Oh, okay. So I will move through that. Cheeps tosses aside his crossbow. Doesn't need it anymore. It's very big. And then pulls out the gun.
All right.
Oh my god.
And he's going to take a shot.
Take the shot.
And should I roll with advantage?
Yes.
Why? Question mark.
Wait. Oh, did it hit?
Well, oh wait.
Oh, you're not
right.
in the.
Why
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
right,
why do you
right,
have
right.
advantage?
Because that's what
Oh,
the
yeah.
hawk. That's what the hawk thing does.
Oh, you are within the hawk radius. Yeah.
Oh wait. So.
I use my reaction to give someone advantage.
Gotcha.
Oh wait. Well, I probably shouldn't need it though. Is that that's a 19?
19 will just barely hit.
Awesome.
19 just hits. Okay.
So AC 18. Just so
Alright.
everybody knows.
No, AC 19.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I know
It
how
goes
this
to
game
the
works.
attacker.
Yep.
All right. So
Matthew
that
is
is
smart.
going to do a total of that's going to be 16 force damage plus, because I have hex on it, 14. So 16 force damage and 4 necrotic damage.
All right. So a grand total of 20 points, of which it will take all of it.
Awesome. And that's going to be all of Cheap's turn.
What? Ah, shit.
Ah,
Fuck. Okay. So I accidentally set its HP to 20 instead of subtracting 20 from its HP.
Whoops.
Oh,
Just have to scroll.
There we go. Yeah, I got it. I got a little record.
Perfect.
All right. Yes. Is that your turn?
Cheeps is going to move back through the curtain. And then go.
Peekaboo.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just gonna move.
The curtain hangs above you. You're not so much moving through the curtain as much as under the curtain.
It's under the curtain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hanging about 10, 20 feet above you.
All right.
All
That'll
right.
be it.
In that case, Norgal with the Puppet Master and Amity on deck.
Alrighty. Cool. So, for my turn, I'd like to cast a level 6 Mass Cure Wounds.
All right.
Oh.
So that will be, I think it's 4d. Yeah, it'll be 4d8 to all of us except for Cheeps.
Oh
Because
no.
he is out of range.
Sorry, baby boy.
Oh wait, no, it's 60. Wait, it's 60 feet. Is he 60 feet away? He is. Less than
Alright.
6. So yeah, you all get it.
Everybody gets it.
So yeah,
Hell yeah.
do that.
How much?
It's
So,
gonna be
how much was it?
5. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, you haven't rolled it. My bad.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't get crap rolls again. Oh, it's good.
That's
Alright, so you all get 25
Oh,
heals.
that was so needed.
honestly.
Very much.
I was at
and
half.
so you see Norgal, like he imbues like magical energy into his drumsticks, and he makes like a big hit on his drum, and it's like a burst of energy comes from his drum and heals everybody.
Hell yeah.
I'm nearly at full again.
Quick question: are you using those drumsticks or the Nyx
Yes.
gave you?
Yes,
That's
I
a
am.
plus 1 then.
Cool.
That's the +5.
Yeah.
Instead of +4.
I just was hoping you were.
Yes.
It's cool.
Oh, I'm nearly at full. God bless.
All right.
I'm still
Is
not
that the rest of your turn?
Yep, that'll do it.
All right. In that case, the Puppet Master is going to move down
Hi.
Oh,
Hey,
Hello.
bud.
And is going to swipe to the side with
Oh.
the sword once again, which will be doo-ba-doo.
AC is 18 currently.
19 then,
Oh, it traded.
just barely.
Yep.
Yep.
It cleared it. It cleared it perfectly.
All right, that will be 37 points of damage.
No. No.
All right, 37.
All right,
I'm playing a dangerous game, y'all.
and then it's gonna kick you
Yeah, maybe
and
not for
try
very
and
long.
push you into the wall.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Um,
Talia.
Wow,
Hmm?
man.
That's a
That's also gonna hit.
Right? Or
for
maybe not.
18.
18 does hit.
All right.
That's my favorite.
So you're gonna take
Oh god, I'm scared. I'm scared.
18 points of bludgeoning damage,
Oh.
Dragon down.
and you're gonna get knocked into the wall,
Well.
which will deal an additional
Oh,
All right.
leave him alone.
six points of bludgeoning damage.
Dollar falls unconscious against the wall.
So you see the Balor kick outward, and then you see Staldar's white form fly into the wall beside him, barely avoiding being thrown off of the edge of these balconies as he is he goes down unmoving. And his last movement, the Balor's going to turn at the thing that fired the light at him and is still glowing and make his last attack.
God damn it.
That is a
That's gonna hit.
21?
I can just tell you that. Yeah.
yeah.
You can't. You have to roll a 1 to not hit me.
Same with me. Yeah, you have to roll in that one to not hit me.
So that will deal
I was lucky just to have one miss.
22 points of damage.
Oh.
And I would like you to make. Ooh, okay. Question. So I'm gonna leave this up to you, Amity. Would you rather make one save against half of this damage or 2 saves against each individual instance of damage?
Ooh.
For concentration.
Ooh.
Half the damage is
11 would be total, or you'd have to make a save. So
I'd like to make a save.
the first
for-
save DC would be 21. And the other 2 saves would be 13 and 7. Or 13 and 17.
Wait, how did the other one get to 21?
It's only half, right?
It's based on
The if it was full damage, it would be 21. It's 10 plus half of the damage taken. Is the save for concentration.
This is mean. This is not a nice DM.
There are 6 of you.
That was my 1 level 6 spell though.
I mean, he said you can make
I mean, same.
two different saves.
What's
Which
the
one?
save?
Inspiration.
So it's either 1 DC 21 or
DC 21 what though?
Constitution,
Oh hell.
or DC 13 and a DC. What's
I'll try and make the 2 because
8 plus 7 is 15. Half of that is 7.
I literally can't make the other one. So I'm gonna try for the 2.
All right.
Part of the fucking dice. Come on, babies. That's a nat 20.
All right.
Oh.
So the hit of the whip, you remain steadfast against that.
And then I have to make another one.
Mm-hmm. What was it?
I rolled a fucking 3.
Ah, All right, so you feel the concentration you had on Sunbeam, this connection you had with yourself and the nature around you, wrenched from your grasp as you are the whip wraps around you and sears your body. I'm gonna need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm gonna die. That's
Nah, stay with
I'm
us.
No,
gonna
you're
be
not.
dead.
You have Death Ward.
Strength?
Strength.
You have Death Ward.
That's actually that's a 19. All right.
All right, so
Where the
you
fuck were you?
fail. So you fail that save,
Yeah. All right.
and you get pulled forward against the Balor as he whips the whip backward.
Cool.
I repeated words twice in that sentence. You don't take any additional damage from that.
Oh, thank God.
That was all part of the whip. And that is the turn. He looks down at you and chuckles and just like, the lost drow stumbling his way around the overworld. You've been causing almost as much chaos as I have. Are you sure you're on the right side here?
I have to think of something witty.
Cool. Well, conveniently, it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, y'all have to.
Staldar on deck.
Yeah. Am I on the right side? I'm not the one who's fucking up all of nature.
Nature's overrated, in my opinion.
And now that's why you see we're fundamentally opposed. Then I cast Blight.
All right.
Have like this little civil discourse and then.
Blight is a Constitution saving throw. DC
Coolio.
16.
Yep, that's an 18.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna be doing 8d8. Actually, 9d8. Half that. Give me a second. I got a couple d8s here. Let me get my calculator app back out. Oh, this damage is so saucy. I love it. That's 5 plus my other 4. 6 plus 8 plus 2. That's going to be 44. Half is 22, and that's going to be necrotic damage.
All right. What does this look like?
I just say, and that's why we're fundamentally opposed. And then I like create just a like a firebolt of bile and just throw it at him.
Gross. Do you vomit it?
No, I just create it either with my hand or with my staff. I'm not
Awesome.
sure which is cooler.
So it's not so much a ball of acid so much as it is just like decay incarnate.
Yeah. Yep.
It is an acceleration of the natural life processes of nature.
Yeah.
All right, Staldar, I'm gonna need you to make a death saving throw.
Yeah, and that's just a D20.
Just straight up D20.
That was a 15.
All right, so mark 1 success.
Okay.
All right, Dahlia, it's your turn with Chiefs on deck after your Sashi.
All right. Dahlia's just gonna kind of like look to Norgal and just like with that little side combo that we just had in Rule 20. She's just gonna like nod to him knowingly. She's gonna go ahead and cast.
He will not back. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and cast Holy Weapon on her Warhammer,
All right.
and she's gonna go in for the attack.
All right.
4. So that's gonna be 1 heavy Warhammer hit.
All right. Go for it.
Let me find the exact dice. Ooh, that's really good. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. I do a lot of damage now, so please give me a minute.
I will, because I have something else to roll. So as you hit it with your Warhammer, the strike against its flesh, clearly causing a lot of pain and damage. You hear the slight crunch of bone beneath your Warhammer, but the contact causes another wave of heat to ripple outward. So you specifically, are going to. I'm gonna roll some fire damage.
Okay, I'm gonna start rolling because I need to start adding everything. Do you
Sure.
want me to like differentiate like
Oh
what
my god,
type
it
of
rolls
damage
so
it all
well.
is?
Yes, and
Okay.
you also take 18 points of fire damage.
All right, I'm gonna put that in real quick because I will forget.
Yeah.
Wait, where is Dahlia? I don't even see her.
Underneath your totem.
Right behind the totem.
Here, I'm gonna send the totem to the back. There we go.
I see.
Sorry, I just moved to a weird location. Okay, so the
No,
first
that's all
one
good.
is going to be bludgeoning.
All right.
So that is going to be 9 bludgeoning.
Does holy weapon make your
Yes,
weapon
it
count
makes
as
it
magical?
magical.
Okay, good.
It is magical.
Good.
Plus another 1d8 thunder damage. So that's going to be 6 thunder. So 9, 6, 15. Plus then an additional 2d8 for holy weapon.
All right.
So 15.
I'm keeping track of it.
21. 29 damage total.
29 damage total. Yeah, you just crunch into this thing's leg.
And that last bit was radiant.
That was 21, you said?
29.
29. Awesome. Yeah. You don't get any increase, but you do deal full damage. It howls in pain as the flame radiates outward from it. And it is not super happy with that. Is that your whole turn?
That's it. I've done a bonus action, an action, and I moved.
Yeah. Seeing you crumple, Staldar, your Sorshi starts to panic. And he's going to run over to you and try to stabilize you. Stabilize. It's medicine, right? Medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what the DC is?
No.
Offhand?
Wait. I have a medicine kit. Can I just try and just lob it to him?
You're on the other side of the demon.
Can I?
And also you've used your actions.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah,
I guess
it's not gonna make it. No. But he's trying desperately.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. He's trying desperately to like staunch the bleeding from this massive sword wound in your chest. Just kind of like incoherently babbling about trying to make sure you don't slip past. Cheeps, you're up with Norgal on deck.
So the gun is now out of ammo, unfortunately. So, because that was my second shot. So Cheeps is going to toss the gun aside now and take out his knives.
Oh, jeez.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's gonna just start making attacks. The first.
Do a stabby stab.
Gonna go for the stab.
You can take some advantage on that.
Alright, so for the first one, he's aiming just like for like the tendon on the lower leg, let's say.
All right.
And that's gonna be. And that is gonna be a 27.
All right, that'll hit.
Alrighty.
So as it hits, heat ripples outward again. And you're going to be taking 7 points of fire damage as you sink your knife into this demon's leg.
Alright.
Is that 7 for all of us or just Cheap?
Just Cheeps.
Alright. And for starters, this is going to do. No, so normal damage is going to be 14 piercing damage.
What knife are you using?
I'm using the Raven Queen deck.
That makes sense. Good.
Yeah. And he just, as he sinks it in, he just says, "I'm not a slave."
Shit.
And going to.
Oh, wait.
I'm okay.
Piercing.
No.
So that's going to be the sneak attack damage. And then hex damage. So for the first attack, that's going to be a total of 31 damage. And
All right.
he takes using a bonus action. Well, is going to use 2-weapon fighting if that's okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And he just takes it out. So he takes his knife out, takes his dagger of warning, and makes another slice at the other leg. That's not gonna hit.
That definitely isn't going to hit.
Just takes the first one. He swipes at the second one. I'm just guessing Pagliacci pulls his leg out of the way or something like that.
I think you get the first one in and it sinks in nice and deep, especially because of the Raven Queen's assistance and its inherence as a magical knife. And the other one, while magical, is not nearly as powerful, and you just like try to stick it in there, but it just won't like go in. And the demon turns to face you, just completely unfazed by the second hit. And he's going to use one of his legendary actions to kick Dahlia.
To kick Dahlia? Okay.
Yes.
I just do a shit ton of damage.
He's super gonna miss though. So he like as he turns around, he tries to like sweep the leg to knock Dahlia out of the way. But he ends up the foot swipes like right over your head.
I haven't been able to use this one
barely.
because I've been attacked like once and not directly.
Norgal, you're up with Amity on deck after the Puppet Master.
Cool. I won't be getting into his range of attack of opportunity if I do this, correct?
Correct. You are not within his range of attack of opportunity right now.
So yeah, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cast a level 4 Cure Wounds onto Staldar. So that will be... Let's look at how many dice I need to roll. Level 4.
Should your Sashi still be next to me?
Yes. Why?
Scooted over accidentally somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe I did
You
that.
regain 23 points of health, and you are stabilized.
You come to just like see Norgal laying hands on you to get you upright, and then your Sasu just like sobbing next to you.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Stellar's just
for
like...
my bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna because that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna go back to where I was. And then I'm going to give Dahlia Bardic Inspiration, and I only have one more of those left. So.
All right, thank you so much.
Give you a little yellow disc. Boop. All right, so up next, as Cheeps and Dahlia, you both have the full brunt of the Puppet Master's attention. The heat ripples outward from him again, and is going to deal 8 points of fire damage to you both. And with this particular wave of heat, you see the very theatrical curtains above you ignite and start to trace a burning line of fire around the edges of this tower. And he promptly slams down his sword directly on top of the thing that just stabbed him.
That's too good.
Let's say 26.
Okay, wonderful.
All right.
I'm just gonna preemptively use my reaction for Uncanny Dodge and half that damage.
Coolio. So you only take half of that. 15 plus 4 is 19 points of damage.
Whew.
So I take 19 instead of 38.
Right.
Wonderful.
And then he swings his whip wide and to the side to try and catch you again with it.
For me or Cheap?
Cheaps.
God.
That'd be 24.
Yep, that will hit.
And deal 21 points of damage.
Oh,
No! Jeeps is looking terribly. He is scorched very, very badly.
Ew.
oh my god, my boy.
Baby boy.
So he like just barely he gets hit by the sword, kind of dodges away from it just so it nicks him, but it still the electricity just jolts through him, fries him a bit, and then this whip just grabs him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I think while he's got you in the clutches of his whip, he's gonna raise his foot up to give you one more hit. But Amity, you're gonna get your turn right before that happens.
That's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Because you want to know what Amity does? Amity takes a step back and he holds up his medallion of thoughts and he goes, "Hey, bitch, what am I thinking?"
Oh yeah, right.
And then I activate the medallion.
Okay, so you want to access the thoughts of a demon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that since this thing has telepathy, or that I'm hoping that it does have telepathy because it's like a weird demon thing. And so if I can get it to have some sort of like recursive reaction or something, like that's what I'm hoping for. I don't know like what this is gonna cause. If it doesn't cause anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the Medallion of Thoughts quickly. A moment. You lose concentration on Hex. Okay.
I need to turn my AC back on because it's hot as balls down here.
Oh no. So no longer hexed. Still has disadvantage on the whiz saves?
No.
No, it's the other one.
Spell ends.
Okay.
Spell ends. Yeah.
So your curse is still there, but the hex is not. Right. Gotcha. All right. Where is your inventory? Oh, your inventory is empty, is what it is. Medallion of Thoughts. I had a thing prepared, but I just want to make sure I know what this item does. Cast Detect Thoughts. Spell save DC 13. Okay, so he's gonna make a whiz save.
It's a wisdom save though. Oh,
There's disadvantage on that.
No, because Chief's spell just ended.
Oh, it did.
no!
Shit. Ah, shit.
So he succeeds, and which in this context means that he knows you're trying to do it, and he chooses to fail.
Oh,
Letting you in. He's letting you in.
So
Can't be a good thing.
I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Reverse.
He just
I fucking shit you not. I shit
pulled
you
out
not.
a Uno reverse card.
Yep.
Speaking of Uno, guess what I just fucking rolled? I rolled a goddamn 1.
That's
He
pretty.
said
That's
what?
pretty fun.
He said what?
So, so firstly, you succeed at casting Detect Thoughts.
Oh no, this backfired so hard.
So you get insight into the puppet master's emotional state, and otherwise surface level thoughts. He lets you in, but as a result of how Detect Thoughts works, he only lets you in so far. And you can tell by this that he is not afraid at all. Not even right now, not with all of you around him. Not like there is no fear, only annoyance. There are these specks of mortals around him that are just being such a pain, honestly. Like they know they're gonna they should know that they're about to die. So why should they bother even doing any of this? And then as you start to get sucked a little bit deeper, you get violently fired back out of his mind. And I'm going to need you to take...
Oh, boy. I hope it's not a lot.
12 psychic damage.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's not great.
Oh,
Not too
Amity.
bad.
this is really bad.
It's not great.
Oh, Amity. Get out of there, Amity.
And with that lack of distraction, the Balor's foot comes down.
No!
Stop, baby boy.
Boop.
No!
Definitely hit.
So,
No!
Cheaps, you are
How
going
many
to
feet is
take
my
unconscious corpse fly.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so yeah, you're going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage and get thrown 15 feet back.
I just like to think that he just punts Cheaps.
Pretty much. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Basically, is you get scooped up into the air by his toes and knocked further back, unconscious. Staldar, it's your turn with Dahlia on deck.
Yep.
Technically, that was still on my turn, wasn't it, when he did that?
Yes, sorry, that was your action. So if you have more to do,
Yeah, if you have more to do, do it.
I think having seen this, Amity is gonna just be like, "Oh, all right," and he grabs the raven thing from his pouch, and he sacrifices half of his HP.
Amity!
so that's what happened before. I'm gonna need you to pick a number of d6s.
What?
No.
Amity.
What? Pick a number of d6?
Yeah, to pick a number of d6s, you will roll that many, and that is how much damage you will take, and that is how much life Chiefs will gain.
Don't you just want to go?
You have Death Ward, just so you know.
You do have Death Ward.
So
Don't go fucking crazy, but
Yeah.
like.
So you can currently send health up to a maximum of 16. Because that is all the hit points you currently have.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill the Raven Queen. That's gonna be his next quest. Well,
how much do you want to wager? 6.
Or 2d6?
It's pick a number of d6s.
God, I rolled 2 7s too. God damn it. Well, you get 7 HP. I give him 7.
All right, and you lose 7. You feel this like surge of health get pulled out of you forcefully. And then Cheaps, you feel a sudden revitalization as you skid across the floor.
Awesome.
You're out for just a second.
Ooh, but that is a terrifying image. Just one moment, everything's just black, and the second he's just bouncing off the ground in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently, only a few feet away from where he dropped his gun.
All right, Staldar, it's your turn with Dahlia on deck.
Yep. Daldar sees all of this. He's gonna quickly quaff another potion of healing. Last one. That's... Oh, that was actually pretty decent though. That was a 2 4s plus 2, so it's 10. I get 33. There we go. And Staldar is pissed off. I'm going to use. Yeah. Hi, cat. Jesus. Like jumped on me. Yeah, I'm going to activate Filkiati offensively.
All
So
right.
that will be extra cold damage. And yeah, he's just gonna start swinging. So I'll get Right up in there. Where's my sword info? Where can I see? Okay, there we go. First hit. 14 plus 8 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Then that is.
And you will take fire damage as a result after you hit him.
Let me get the advanced dice roller out because it's going to be 2d6 plus 4 plus an extra d4 of cold damage. So I'll put that on my. So that's all the normal damage.
All right.
And then it takes an extra d4 of cold damage. The extra cold damage is another 3.
All right.
And then I took how much damage?
9 fire damage.
Okay. That's 9. God. All right. Did that take? That didn't take 24. There we go. And then I'm swinging again.
Yeah.
Does it still imbue Philippiati with the power of different fungi? Next time you deal damage, add 1d4. Does it count for the second attack? Because
it's the next time you hit, so it's a single instance.
You can
then the
you
cold
can
will.
take advantage on this next attack though.
Oh, sure.
Didn't you already give advantage to me?
No, you.
Yeah, but my turn and
Yeah.
the turns went around.
Yeah.
So.
As you hack through the first time, you take a slice through its flesh, and you see this ember glowing just beneath the surface where there should be tendons and musculature. There is just heat. And it's starting, as the more you hack into it, it seems to be starting to almost deconstruct. It's not looking great.
All right, I'm taking that second attack.
Yeah.
That's an 18 plus 8.
That'll hit.
I will do what I just did. So roll that. That's just gonna be a 10 this time.
All right.
Just 10 straight slashing damage.
Yeah, no, it's starting to stumble.
And
you're gonna take fire damage.
Oh, yep.
Boop. 3 fire damage.
All right.
I think that's from when you cut it. You cut it into its arm or abdomen, and as you sink your sword, you slash your sword through it, there's this just a burst of heat that comes out of the wound itself.
Yep.
Dahlia, it's your turn.
What you gonna do? You have.
Can I do one thing?
You've had a potion and 2 action, and your attack action so far.
Yep. You're right. I can't do anymore.
Oh shit! Did my headphones?
Nope. Can you hear us?
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. God, this is not good. This is. Okay.
Get 'em.
You can see it starting to
hurt.
stumble.
Yeah.
It is not long for this world.
Okay.
If we just have the stamina, if we can just
Heal. I can heal.
Because the thing is, I've been trying to get its attention. I have a shit ton of HP.
Go ahead. Yeah. Get a good old hit. You have a D10 you can do to extra damage or to get that.
I
hit
actually
off.
think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I have 2 things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and go for another attack again with my Warhammer.
Absolutely.
I still have advantage, correct? Because of the totem, or is that gone?
Totem's
No. Amity gave advantage to Staldar this round.
Okay, so no advantage. That's fine.
You can, when you roll though, you can use your D10 to make it so you land the hit.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
yep.
D10.
That's
Okay.
gonna be an unnatural 20.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit.
Perfect. So, okay, the first D8 bludgeoning, or does it not matter damage anymore?
Because you've got a holy weapon, it'll be fine.
It doesn't matter? Okay.
It matters that you have a holy weapon anyway.
Wait, that missed. 15. I keep rolling 8s. 24. 24. 26. And then it's a D10 for Bardic Inspiration.
Yep.
I just threw it off my fucking bed. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna roll my percentile because technically it'll do the same thing. That's a fucking 10, baby! Alright, that's gonna be 36 points total.
Yes.
So you
Big hammer.
like whip your hammer up and just sink it into the chest of the puppet master, and it lets out a horrifying shriek as you hear the crunching of bones and the rending of flesh. And it stumbles, it falls to one knee and stares down at the tiny warrior that brought it down to such a place, and heaving.
I'm not done.
It is.
Oh.
But also it's not. So you can see as it stumbles these cracks of light starting to pour through its arms and wings and chest and knees, as if the physical form that it takes is being deconstructed. You can see the light tethering it to the chest piece is now like pulsing rapidly as it holds in place, and it looks down at you and is just like, there will be others after me, others who seek to end what is here, this order, this organization, civilization. There will be those stronger and weaker than me. This city will never, ever be without conflict. And it looks like it's destabilizing more and more and pulling apart. And I've got to see for just a moment. Boop. All right.
Oh no.
I kind of expected this, to be honest.
It's falling apart at the seams, and its eyes are just glowing pools of orange, and it screams in a combination of pain and joy as its form finally ruptures and explodes outward in a burst of brilliant flame. And I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, Omni!
Oh, you mean that thing I got +0 to?
Oh no!
Same.
Oh no!
Wait, saving
Staldar.
throw?
Oh my god, everybody's gonna die.
Y'all.
I'm gonna use my final luck point to re-roll this.
Oh, your Sashi's going to have a fun time.
Oh no! You said- well, we're gonna have a fun time together because I rolled a fucking 1 + 2. So.
Okay. So, all right. So Dahlia saves.
Okay.
Who got above a 20? A 20 or above?
I got
I
20.
think it's just Cheeps and I.
Cheeps and you?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh
my God.
The explosion that results from the sundering of the puppet master's form crumbles the pillar next to it and begins the destruction of the top of this tower.
Oh no.
Doop-doo.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Are we
and
gonna take
so-
fucking rocks fall and we all die? Is this happening?
No. So Cheeps will take no damage from this. You managed to barrel out of the way, and Dahlia, you're going to end up taking half damage.
So do I just kind of duck out of?
Right.
My hand is shaking.
Oh! Staldar's dead. Omni's dead. Oh my god.
Staldar is not dead.
I'm not.
Staldar is unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
Omni has Death Ward!
Amity does have Death Ward.
was horrifying.
Okay, what's 67 divided? Okay. 'cause I
67 over 2 is 34.
Oh.
How much was it?
34.
I'm barely standing.
Oh, and
Your Sashi's unconscious.
Yeah, we're both.
Okay.
Your Sashi's unconscious. You see the forms of Staldar and your Sashi get blown backward against the wall. And Cheeps dodges out of the way. And Dahlia, you stand there and just take the brunt of this explosion. And Amity gets knocked into the pillar behind him. And
miraculously still awake.
And the resonating sound of Norgal's drums managed to tear him through the brunt, even though he takes the damage and is blown backward. But as the stone crumbles and the fires of this explosion settle, you are still here.
Norgal's going to immediately stand up and move here and cast a level 5 Mass Cure Wounds on everyone here.
All right.
Oh my god.
So that will be 3d8 to everybody. Plus 5. Everyone regains 25 health points. Stabilized.
Oh, the fear that I felt.
Yeah, again.
I cannot describe to you the fear I felt.
So, as you stand, your Sashi, Staldar, your Sashi is like leaning against you.
No, I think
weakly.
I think they, like, wake up like together, like right next to each other, and Staldar just like, as weak as he is, just like throws himself at your Sashi. It's like just holds him.
Guys, my HP ended on 69.
Nice.
End
Nice.
recording. We're done. Kyla. See you next time.
But as the explosion ripples outward, you see that the citadel is starting to crumble around you, and fall down. You're standing atop the highest tower, but it is quickly falling down as large chunks of rock and stone and chiseled marble begin crumbling away and falling down onto the district and into the sea along the coast.
Question. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what HR? What
Human
CR
resources?
Yeah. Do you know what HR I talked to about this Baylor exploding on my face? Because I'm not happy with it. No. What CR is a horse?
What the fuck are you saying?
Just go.
No. I know. I feel. I want to say 1/2.
I summon 4 horses.
Hold on, I'm looking up Warhorse.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Warhorse is 1/2.
Yeah.
I summon 4 horses, and I say, "Giddy up, motherfuckers! We gotta get out!"
All right.
Cole, with True Sight,
Oh, Cheap still has that.
is there any remnant of Pagliacci?
So you, especially since you managed to dodge, saw everything that just happened. And now you can also see the tether. The chess piece is now just sitting in the center of the room. The tether is gone. When you saw the Puppet Master explode, not only was its physical form torn asunder, but you saw every piece of the soul surrounding it torn into smaller and smaller pieces until it was gone.
Oh. Wonderful.
My god.
Cheeps, I guess.
Die.
His gun and his crossbow were probably incinerated in the blast.
If not thrown off the balcony and into the ocean.
I guess he'll just begin to limp to sort of, along with everybody else, run towards the horses.
Yeah, a giant boulder of rock like falls down and impacts the ground next to Dahlia. There's a boulder falls like right next to you.
Cool. I have advantage on dex save, so fuck you.
it's not on you. You don't need to make a dex
No.
save.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately get on one of those horses and GTFO, man.
Can we make horses happen? Can we?
Your Sashi hops on the back of a horse and gestures for Staldar to get on the front.
Yep. Yeah, I do with very little grace. I'm on there. I can definitely ride a horse down.
Mm-hmm.
I have vehicle proficiency.
We're gonna pretend that helps you. So, on brilliant horseback, you all manage to escape. Oh, you have something?
Can I grab the chest plate
Chest
before
piece?
we go?
Chest piece.
Yes.
The chest piece. I feel like that's one thing we, shouldn't leave behind.
Reasonable. Yeah, you pocket it.
I'm gonna grab it and just, hold it, right to our chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
As we ride out. Thank you.
And you escape as not just the tower of the citadel, but the rest of it starts to crumble as all the magic twisting it and distorting it starts to crumble around it. You see the nobles and guards no longer under the thrall they were before are all fleeing out into the streets of the noble district, where fighting has all but ceased at this point. And eyes of the fighters and guards, nobles alike, turn to watch this symbol of the empire as the symbol of the council and power over Kyla as stands start to crumble and fall and slide off into the ocean.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to interrupt you, but what happened to my robot friend?
Oh, he hella dead, dude.
He got out. Sure.
Okay, good.
You don't.
Got out.
He's sitting in the spider's den right now.
You don't see him.
Okay.
But he's gone.
Okay.
You manage to escape, and the citadel slowly crumbles into the ocean, giving way sight from your position here in the noble district clear onto the bay filled with the spires, as you see evening or the morning start to rise as it's the invasion starts to subside. Over the course, sorry.
Where's Terran in all this? Is he just kind of hanging out?
He's perched on one of the spires, watching, amused.
Sorry, continue,
Yeah,
please.
no, absolutely. It takes about another day for after the destruction of the citadel for the commotion now known as the uprising of Kyla to settle down. Few know the complete truth of what happened, but you all were there. You carry those stories with you as long as you can. And some scholars try to put the pieces together, interview what they can, try to assemble as much of the truth as they have energy to. But as with all secondhand histories, most scholars only assemble some of the truth. Over the next few weeks, Tosa takes the throne as not praetor, but simply interim leader, as he takes representatives from all folks across the city of New Kyla to attempt to draft a new form of now fully representative leadership as best he can. It takes a while, but they're doing their best. The council members recovered, though some were lost in the crumbling of the citadel, are slated for a proper trial, though the trial itself is postponed until a more permanent leadership is established. All in all, the city settles down a little bit after what happens. And among those who settle after all this action, we are left with all of you. So I would like to know, Dahlia, what happens after this? What happens with the temple? What do you do?
If I'm being entirely honest, Dahlia's probably no longer within the city. She probably, quote unquote, retired and moved out to the countryside. Too many painful memories in the city with the revolution and just history in general. She just needs to get away, at least for some time. Hopefully, though, not alone. Should one willing member like to accompany her?
Yeah, Catherine is all but too pleased to go with you. She's glad to be by your side after the fall and is ready to accompany you on whatever adventure goes with you. Cien takes over the Temple of Posen for the time being, with the offer always that you are allowed to, or not so allowed, but welcome to return at any time you wish, either to reacquire your previous duties or simply to visit.
Of course. And she does from time to time, but it's not that she's lost her connection to Posen. She's still in a new little, I imagine it, a cute little cottage house. She still has a little handmade altar dedicated to her best and oldest friend.
And over the course of the next time that you're away, you feel that he is with you. There is always the comforting rumble of a drizzling thunderstorm along with you, just to let you know that you are cared for and that he is proud of you. Staldar, you and your Sashi have plans to leave, but how long do you stay in New Kyla before you go?
There's definitely an amount of time where Staldar is helping Tosa get settled into his position, and just kind of like assisting with some of the nitty gritty, tying up loose ends. There are a few things that he has been trying to do. He has been trying to find a certain individual, Sinead, who has been seemingly just missing for some time. He's also double checking on certain people from the guard and the Citadel that were important to him. Just to see like where they ended up in the fray. People like Adok and Mia. I think I called her. I don't remember anymore. Despite his plans, there is still a lot to do. So there's probably a good month and a half still that he's just taking to heal and tie up those loose ends.
Yeah. I think it's hard, especially with all of the commotion, but after a bit of an arduous search, you do find Sinead in a little apartment. Something not too big, not too small, but with all of their little plants very well tended to.
He'll just kind of nervously like rap on the door frame and see if he gets a response.
They answer and open the door and are at first surprised, but then give you a soft smile, and step to the side, ushering you in.
It's been quite some time.
It has.
I'm afraid I wasn't able to stay and care for your belongings, but I trust that the landlady was able to return those things to you.
Yeah, it took a little bit, but everything's back in order.
I just I have something of yours. And he pulls out the little journal that he was given and he slides it across the table.
They smile happily and pick it up and flip through the pages briefly, and they look to you for a moment and just go, well, then I have just a bit of a trade then. And they pull out a different little notebook, little bit larger, and they slide it over to you. It's filled with these wonderful little drawings and sketches and charcoal renderings of things around them. But you notice that the second half of the book is mostly blank. And then they take out a little box of charcoals and put them on top of it and just say, I'm sure you've got enough on your plate as far as tasks go, but if you ever want to try, I'm sure you've got something to say.
You know, I've never been one words, but I think I have a story or two to tell you. Dearly.
Absolutely. I look forward to reading it. Norgal.
Yes. I am up.
Yeah. What's next for you in Juniper? I think, if I may, to some extent, even though it has shown almost exclusively its worst sides, Juniper has somewhat fallen in love with the city.
With what?
The city.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Norgal wants Juniper to stay and wants her to help Clarice with her shop,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, basically that. And Norgal would like to basically retire to back to his homeland and live out the rest of his life. You know, back back home.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of close this chapter and uh, have all these memories basically.
Yeah. Um, I think before you see yourself off, you do get to see the shop of the clocksmith's daughter expand um, into the uh, this really nice little artificery and alchemy shop combination of over time. Clarice manages to clean out the space left behind by her father, and the two of them have run a small but very successful little kind of all-purpose um, shop, and it functions very well. It's very clean, and they're very proud of it. And Juniper's very happy to show it to you for as long as you're still around.
Yeah, and before Norgal leaves, he basically asks Staldar if he needs any assistance in navigating northward before he goes back to his homeland.
What season is it?
It's coming up on fall again.
Mm.
Pretty time.
Staldar will shake his head no and says, "No, I'm afraid he headed south winter time.
Ah, I see.
But
Well,
when summer comes, maybe head back to your neck of."
definitely. Uh, yeah, Norgal will. Yeah, definitely. He'll go back to his homeland, but him and Juniper will make trips periodically to visit each other, either going to New Kyla or Juniper, taking a week off to go visit her dad.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Cheaps, in the next month before you leave with Staldar, if I am correct in assuming that that is still your plan. Um,
Yes, that's
you
still happening.
you receive a scroll signed with the seal of the Raven Queen, and it is an offer to join with her ranks as an official, fully titled agent. Within it, she says
What?
agent.
Mm-hmm.
She says that this comes with the opportunity to see great things, accomplish incredible tasks, and see parts of the world most mortals could only dream of. Will you accept?
Cheaps looks over the scroll and he reads over it many, many, many times. But he just says out loud, "I'm sorry, Miss Raven," and, and rolls up the scroll and places it back in the container it was given to him.
Then over the next...
Also, the thing is, he does not dispose of it. He keeps it within his pack.
Then, yeah, it's... As you continue, both with Staldar and Yosashi and
There's
on...
one thing I wanted to do before I left Kyla.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Jeeps does eventually create a sort of grave for a little tiny little memorial for the Captain Sandy and everybody else. And sort of just dumps out all of his weapons near the grave as a sort of marker. That's about it.
Do you tell the others about it?
Jeeps, yeah. Jeeps gathers everybody who was in the Red Hand. Even Norgal says he wants to have a little funeral for them, if possible. Just among them.
Yeah.
Just somewhere along the coastline, somewhere a bit outside of the city. A mound of rocks, maybe. Jeeps puts a little marker with it. He gets some of it, some paint, makes a very crude drawing of the ship and him and everybody else, and leaves it there as well. But Jeeps is dumping out pretty much all of his weapons except the little mementos he has. He leaves the crossbow, he leaves all of his knives except for the ones he keeps as just for memories. He just feels as though he's not going to need them anymore. And while he's accepted that, as he leaves everything, all his weapons behind, something doesn't feel right about it. But he leaves them nonetheless. Sorry, that was the little interlude I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, there is never an urge. The Raven Queen never directly contacts you again as she did before. But the scroll is always with you, and there's always just a little pull at the back of your mind when you think about her. Just a little nod that the connection is still there if you should ever choose to grasp it. Amity, where do you go?
That's a good question. I don't think he knows where he wants to go. I think he is following the impulse that he felt after Taryn was like, yeah, your job is done. Now you can go and do whatever for X amount of time. I think he feels as though the memories that he got back are not fake necessarily, but like distant. Like that wasn't a him that he knew. Like he didn't get to experience that and then remember it, and the joy that should be there isn't. And so I think he just sets out. I think what happens is like he's probably the first to take off, honestly. I think probably a couple nights after he like gets everybody together at the spider's den. And now I'm gonna throw this into general for whenever y'all get to it. He sings. I have to introduce this. So Amity is like, thank you, everybody, for coming today. I need to leave. What?
Did you compose this?
I wrote and sang it, yeah.
Oh my god.
And so he's like, thank you
Holy
for showing up. This is an ancient traditional drow funeral song, but we don't need to worry about it that way. It's about 14 stanzas. I'm gonna shorten it to about 2, and then he sings that, and and then he's like, I think he gives Dahlia a hug. He like picks Cheeps up with a hug.
He's definitely crying.
Yeah, I don't think Amity cannot cry when he hugs you. I think he's just like, watch out for yourself. And then I know Staldar does not want to be hugged, but he does force a hug.
Well, I think what happens is like you kind of like you put your arms out. Staldar kind of like arches a brow, and then you come in, and then like as you start the hug, you just like his arms just like come around and are just like a fucking bear trap. Just like he's got you. And he pats you like hard on the back. It's just like,
safe travels to both you and your Sashi.
You as well.
Who am I? Oh yeah, Norgal. I'm like, who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Norgal. He gives you a big ol' hug.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks for keeping our asses alive all the time. It's,
yeah, Norgal will give him big old dad hug. Yeah.
And he I think he casts like Prestidigitation, which I don't think he has, actually. I'm gonna pretend he does. No, wait. No, he casts.
Can cast it for you.
No, he casts Druidcraft. So like
Druidcraft.
So like he has like a hat made of leaves that like instantly falls apart as he like does a like dramatic bow and is like, all right, bye everybody. And then he just like takes off.
As you take off, like 20 feet out, Cheeps comes and runs after you and hugs you, blubbering.
Baby.
I don't think Amity has words. I think he's just like, I'm gonna miss you, bud. And then he'll like ruffle your feathers for one last time, and then I think he turns into an owl and just like flies out. And so to answer the actual question, I think he flies to the Temple of Borak, just to like be somewhere kind of peaceful, like to be like in that cliff face. And then he just travels. He doesn't know where he's going half the time. He's just like, oh, let's go this way. Let's see what's this way. Oh, there's a city. Oh, there's a forest. Oh, I'm dying.
Oh shit, I wish I had the other.
Yeah.
To keep me from dying.
I think you don't. I don't think you hear from Amity unless there's like some sort of like thing where we're all getting back together. I just don't think you hear from him.
Might come back for a few things.
That's true.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to listen to the song more. Oh my god, I can't believe you made that.
Yeah, well, I thought
so
about
cool.
it like the day after. I thought about it like the day after our last session, and I was like, this just feels like really from the heart, and I just have to put it out.
Oh.
So I hope you do some quick edits on this, Cole, and you toss it in there.
Yeah.
I think it's downloadable. I don't know.
It is.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can download it. Oh my god. That's incredible.
Yeah. I definitely I feel like that's why I'm fine right now, because I was definitely like, after I got done with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that.
Go ahead and fucking edit that in.
Barry, put that in there.
I want all of this in the recording.
Stop! Y'all are gonna get me. This is fucking contagious. Stop.
I know, literally.
Quit.
This is awful.
I The caption is what sells it.
It's not quite over. We're not quite there.
Hello.
Everybody take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I am glad to have emotionally destroyed you.
Literally.
God.
though.
Song. Are you kidding me?
Oh Christ.
Oh, holy jeez.
Yeah. So, oh Christ.
I believe in you. I believe in you. Get a drink of water.
Yep. Oh, this is staying in. We're doing it live, and I don't know how to edit.
No, who cares? At this point, we deserve this. God damn it.
Let it all out. Let it all out.
Oh Christ.
Nice.
Ah, yes. The sounds of sadness.
Holy jeez.
True, raw emotion.
Here's my coloring book.
This is just Dahlia. This is just Dahlia.
It's a memory for life.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, yeah. As you all go your separate ways, for a while anyway, I'm certain this is not the last you all see of each other. And even if and when it is, Christ.
It's alright. Here, there's still some closing stuff that Staldar would like to do.
Yeah, do that.
Before kind of the month is coming up and the air is chiller, Staldar is going to approach Tosa. And just kind of check in, see how he's doing with his new duties. I don't know if he has like an office space. I don't know how this sort of like government is.
Yeah, it's
placed itself.
They've moved to different buildings. It's not like they haven't really excavated or rebuilt or done anything to the ruins of the Citadel as of yet. I honestly think it's very much like his setup in the first hideout. It's just whatever boxes, tables, and accoutrement he could get and put paper on. And yeah, I think they're close now to coming to a resolution and then holding the first of the open elections for semi-district representatives. They've decided to cut the districts into smaller areas by population and have appointed individual representatives who will then meet in a collective I want to say Senate, but there's another word that I want, but it's not that. But I'm going to say Senate because that's what's coming to mind right now. Parliament, something like that. A group of people who decide stuff. Yeah, forum. That's what I was going for. To establish rules and laws and serve as high council and other such. Yeah, and while Tosa's doing well, and it's been a lot of hard work, he's almost done. There's not much more for him to do other than sit back and let it happen.
Right. Yeah, I think Staldar will come knocking at his sort of not quite office, just kind of ramshackle place that he's got going, but just kind of let himself in.
Yeah. Yeah, Tosa's there, and as always, he looks more tired than he should. But he smiles happily at you as you walk in, and he's just kind of like, "Oh, I'm surprised you're still around. Thought you'd be headed out just by about now."
Soon. I maybe within the week, give or take,
Hmm.
to make certain arrangements. But
Eli, could you mute? Thanks.
there's still just a little bit left to do.
There's always just a little left to do, huh?
It's never quite done.
Well, as always, wherever I am, you have a place, if you so need it.
Certain. And I mean, same goes with us. If you tire of the city, find yourself this free time.
I'm sure the day will come eventually, though it may be a bit. Hard to separate myself from these streets at this point. I don't even know how to walk anything that isn't pavement. Good luck out there, Steldar.
Thank you. I don't know if I can thank you enough.
Well, we've both been doing this a long time, and it's about time at least one of us got to rest.
Yes. I'm ready to rest. Thing I never thought I would get. Here it is. And there's something I don't really need or carry with me any longer. Daughter will summon Filkiati.
Oh, stalled, all right.
I know it's not the type of weapon you typically. Honestly, I would hope that you have little reason to use. It's star size at this point in time. It might as well a fancy paperweight.
Oh, you'll be certain it will get a position of honor much higher than that of paperweight.
Tosa, you know what Kiati means, right?
I do. I do.
If it belongs in anyone's possession, it's yours. More so than mine.
Then I will steward it as as a relic. It is This blade has stories to tell. Some less savory than others, but stories nonetheless.
Yes, I clean it all you want. Things that frankly it's far too heavy for me these.
You were cutting in and out a lot right there.
Oh, sorry. I was saying Some things it will never be clean for. It's grown too heavy for these days.
Well, then, yeah. While I could never presume to carry it as well as you will, I'll make sure I can find mayhaps a pedestal that could do the job for me. Thank you, Stolar.
Of course. I know
Well,
things were a little sorry.
No, go ahead.
Slapdash last time. I was wondering if maybe we put some word out. Actually did a little bit of preparation. There is tradition where at one wedding has a best man. I was thinking could do it properly time.
I'd be honored, Staldar.
You would be doing me the honors, really.
We're just going to keep trading honors back and forth until we're both tottering of old age, Staldar.
I know, we're terrible. Ugh. Just the worst. Stop. Oh. Yeah, and yeah, with that.
I'm sure we both have preparations to make.
Yes. Definitely. That Stelter's gonna start putting the word out. He'll send to Dahlia and be like, want to come back to the city for a long weekend quick?
She'll definitely respond like almost immediately. When is the date? Where do you need me?
You know it.
Um,
You got it. Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind, are your intentions to do that immediately?
Not necessarily. My thought was that it would be kind of like, kind of the evening before they like have their final like send off, and they, load up and take Cheeps with them.
Okay. Yeah.
It just slightly grander than last time. Still nothing like extravagant or huge, but proper. But like not in a bar and not like
on the eve of war.
Right. Maybe there's some flowers, maybe there's a cake. That just sort of level of
Either or, pick one.
things are better.
Yeah, it's.
And everyone's invited. I don't know how Amity would get.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Amity would be able to attend, but you can tell me.
I mean, they know me, so they can sending me, right?
This is true.
Claudia can.
Yeah, it's nice, pleasant in a way that is almost surreal. It's not. There is no stress. There is no duress. This is simply a time where you're able to assemble and truly celebrate. And yeah, it's wonderful.
Wonderful. I think Staldar keeps giving knowing glances to Isa and Ilmia. just kind of throughout the whole thing, like brow arched, like when.
Ilmia and like Ilmia keeps looking at Isa, and Isa like glares back at Ilmia.
Bouquet toss. She tosses a bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
And Ilmia catches it.
Ilmia catches it. Isa knocks it out of her hand with Mage Hand.
Oh my god.
Rude.
Oh my goodness.
Absolute worst.
Is this a proper party?
It can be, absolutely. I think there's some level of drinking and music and eating.
Because if it's not a proper party, Amity is having a bad time.
Just like
No, I think-
days after Amity.
Amity wasn't even at the party, and then there's a chocolate fountain, and everyone. He's just in the chocolate fountain, right where we found him in the very beginning.
A perfect circle.
The perfect circle, drowning in a chocolate fountain.
Yeah, head like fully underneath one of the cascades, like just mouth agape.
Just like sitting around, just looking around. Then he sees somebody drinking from the fountain, passes over it, then looks back, eyes widen, and he just starts running and tackles you into the fountain.
Into the fountain.
There's just chocolate everywhere.
It's a disaster. The wedding is ruined.
No, it's awesome.
No, I think that's actually the highlight of the wedding.
Well, I mean, for you.
Fuck the grooms. Here's this instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I think your Sashi would be fucking tickled pink. I think that would
Yeah, I think it'd be really hard to make him stop laughing. Yeah.
And it's just a better time all around. There's probably actually dancing this time, probably actual drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a proper party. It's a good time. And I think it's the last time you're all together for now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like even spread across the lands of Gaiul, you'll always have God, that wasn't even me being emotional, that was just my voice cracking. You'll always have the stories that link you together. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got. That's where my document ends. Therefore, that's where there's no more campaign left.
We did it.
If I
All right.
actually, I want to do a final Marvel style ending.
It keeps going. I love it. No,
Making sure this campaign never.
Christ, you people.
Is this?
There's so
is
many
this
loose
gonna
ends,
be-
Cole. There's so fucking.
Yeah, well, no, I want to take a break firstly. Mostly just because I can actually like listen to the song uninterrupted, and also get more water, and then I want to like come back and talk about it, but like out of session context.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Let's take a break.
Yeah, like 10, 15 minutes, I think.
We'll be back at 9:15
Coolio.
Yeah.
our time.
Perfect.
Sorry, Hannah.
No, you're good.
Yeah. All right.
Diverges too many paths, and only a few of us can travel down a single one. Though it all feels so